Do you know what? I've come here today, and I respect you, Chris. I think you're a good guy. I think you're a nice guy. You know, you're obviously the people's champ now, so it's like...
No, I never said that.
I'm excited. No. You said you're the people's champ.
Eddie said you were the people's champ. I never said...
Well, listen, some people are going to love you, some people hate you, vice versa, and that's completely fine, because we stand on what we believe. We are who we are. I personally think you're a bit of a... You know, like, I don't really like you. But I respect you, and I think you're good at what you do. You know, that, like... Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Well, you know, this is...
You're going to come with it now, aren't you?
No, this is who I am. I'm uncensored, I'm unfiltered. If I see something and I don't like it or I don't agree with it, I point it out. So do you. What was that car you bought with the money?
Oh, the weight money, mate. That's, you know, me, every time I jump in there, yeah, and I smell pain.
Yeah.
Did you arrive in it today?
Yeah, of course I smell pain. I smell undisciplined. I smell... Yeah.
Sabotage.
I smell pain. I smell pain.
I smell
pain. I know that hurt you as well.
I smell
every time I jump in that Rolls, yeah, Chris, I'll go, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
I'm happy for you.
No, so thank you. I'm saying thank you to you as well. I'm grateful.
Conor Benn fired shots at Chris Eubank Jr. during their tense face-off before the rematch. Harlem Eubank believes this time will be different, more controlled, more precise. He says the wild chaos of their first clash will be replaced by a sharp, calculated performance. And according to him, all the flaws that once held Chris back have finally been fixed.
I think it will be clinical this time. You know, I don't think we'll see the back and forth of the first fight. There was a lot of things in the first fight where, you know, Chris was at a disadvantage going into the ring. I feel like he would have learned from that experience the last time out, made the changes. You know, he's got a great team around him. I've seen how they work up close for the Liam Smith rematch, and I really feel like he's going to go in there and dominate this time. And I think, you know, I said that last time. I think this time he's, you know, I know his preparations are spot on, and I look forward to him going in there and causing some damage.
Trainer Brian McIntyre shared his confidence in Chris Eubank Jr.'s preparation, saying their camp is locked in and ready for anything. He added that Conor Benn will have to bring something new this time, because Eubank isn't the same fighter anymore. He's sharper, smarter, and more focused than ever before.
In shape to go 15 rounds. I never go and say we're gonna stop him. It's just like you, low-level 4-rounder. But at this level, you can't just say, oh, he gonna stop him. If it's stoppage come, he definitely in shape to stop.
There better be something different, because if not, it's gonna be the same outcome.
Hi! We're gonna get that win. We're definitely gonna get that win. We already done won. We get our hand raised and go on about our business.
Furthermore, Hamza Shiraz predicted that Conor Benn would stop Chris Eubank Jr. within 6 rounds, believing the weight cut could once again work against Eubank. He added that Benn's raw power and explosive style might be enough to deliver an early, dominant finish.
What's your prediction, Benn or Eubank?
I've got Conor Benn to win inside 6 rounds. I feel like the weight will affect Eubank too much from how it affected him before as well. And it was a hard fight. It wasn't an easy fight. Yeah, Conor Benn to win inside about 6 rounds.
Eddie Hearn said Conor Benn looks stronger and more complete at 160 pounds, pointing out his thicker build, stronger legs, and a noticeably improved core. He described Benn as one of boxing's most dedicated and mature athletes, a fighter who's grown in both power and purpose.
Up now at 160, he just looks thicker. You know, he's got, you know, his waist looks bigger, his legs look bigger, his trunk looks bigger. And I was just really impressed with, I mean, I've got to say, not met many people in boxing that work as hard as Conor Benn. Phenomenal athlete, incredible work ethic, but just a smartness about his work and a maturity about his work. And I've always felt that he can beat Eubank, but I left that gym feeling really, really confident that he beats Eubank. And listen, Eubank was surprised in that first fight. There was no doubt about it. He got the shock of his life. And he will be working very hard with Bomac and the team. And I expect a better Chris Eubank. But Conor was poor last time. He knows that. Tony knows that. Like he can be so much better than that. And I really believe he's going to get this performance right. I really believe he's going to win the fight.
Meanwhile, Jamie Moore pointed out that the key factors heading into the rematch are Chris Eubank Jr.'s age, the wear from a long career, and the tough challenge of cutting weight once more. He explained that there comes a time when the body just doesn't respond the way it used to.
The big points for me, Eubank's age, miles on the clock, making weight. There's a lot of questions there in the context of, but I'm talking from experience here now. When you get to that stage of your career, I actually never got to that stage in terms of that level where Eubank's been, but I mean like miles on the clock. When you go to the well, and you go to the well, there's a point where you go, fuck, there's no water here, and at some point Eubank's going to get there. And I feel like towards the end of that fight last time, he was running on empty. And in all honesty, Conor Benn really started to go through the gears at the end. And fair play, Eubank clung on and he did enough and he won the fight fair and square. But at some point, where's he going to go? I'm going to the well, and the making weight and the rehydration clause and the relentlessness of Ben, will that get into play? Because he might get to round 4 and 5 and it starts getting tough and he goes, what the fuck am I doing here again under these circumstances? And also you got to take into account Conor, he's younger, he's got more growth in terms of learning lessons, so he's probably improved from the first fight. So then you've got to be thinking, if he has improved, that's probably enough. If you sort of get the balance right of Conor's improved from the first fight and learnt the lessons, and as it took a lot out of Eubank, then for me it brings it back to level playing field again. So it remains to be seen, but it's a hell of a.
Johnny Nelson offered a straight-up take on the rematch, saying Eubank will give it his all, but hasn't really shown much progress. He added that if Eubank would have took to stop Ben before, he would have done it. And that alone, he said, speaks volumes.
He'll give himself every possible chance that's going, but in reality, you know, personally, I just think the last performance of Chris, I thought, you've got nothing left. You've got no, there's no more improvement on what I'm seeing there. And I know there was a weight issue and all the build up to it. I thought there's no more improvement there.
Does that mean you think do you think Conor Benn will be better in the second fight?
Yes.
Does that mean that you think that by him being better and there's no more left from Chris Eubank, that Conor Benn's able to bridge the gap and get an outcome in his second fight?
Without a doubt.
You do?
He couldn't have done any more. If he could have knocked out Conor in that fight, he would have done. He just couldn't get rid of him. And Conor stuck it. So regardless of him being surprised that Conor stuck it out a lot more, he couldn't.
Tim Bradley said Conor Benn has what it takes to stop Chris Eubank Jr., but he'll need a few smart adjustments. He advised Ben to use lateral movement, keep his composure, and fire crisp, straight shots to take full control of the fight.